Here's what happened during week 3 of LBB19. Once again, Abrielle was randomly selected to press a button on the Big Brother remote, and she chose Fast Forward, which meant that we would fast forward through the competitions of the week. Both HOH and Power of Veto would be played simultaneously. During the competition, Ali, Mackenzie, Abrielle, and Maddie openly collaborated and pushed the wins onto each other, with Abrielle winning the Head of Household and Ali winning the Power of Veto.
I just won Power of Veto in a double veto HOH round. Guess who won HOH? My final 2. Is this gonna put a target on me? Maybe. Or I can gain the trust of people as I already have, and it's not an issue. But Abrielle and I are doing pretty well for ourselves. So.
In a first large conversation in Abrielle's HOH room, Abrielle revealed that she planned to nominate Derek. Derek was still a lone wolf in the game and would be an easy person to toss up on the block. However, during the conversation, Lucas asked Abrielle several times to reveal her alliances.
But I'm doing my best to be an active player. I'm doing my best to really be out there and try to make conversations happen and try not to just sit around and watch things happen. That being said, I want to know where you're at. Who are your allegiances? Who have you been coordinating with a lot? Who are you in conversations with most frequently? Who have you been talking the most with?
Well, at this point, or this early in the game, as an HOH, I'm not going to display all of my people that I've been talking to, because I've been just trying to talk to everyone I can as much as I can here and there.
Shortly after this conversation, Lucas is labeled an aggressive player. This is matched with previous instances like Lucas calling out Liz at the first veto ceremony, and also Lucas being upset with Rita after Rita nominated him. Rita makes sure to bring this up to Abrielle. Abrielle lands on Lucas and Derek as planned nominees, with Lucas as the target as the stronger player who is still part of an intact couple in the house. Maddie and Mackenzie discuss their comfort in working with the girls. Mackenzie brings up Lucas as her next closest ally. With the couple still as powerful targets in the game, Oscar and Josh compare notes and begin to worry about their position once the couples are out.
After this next round and the second one, for example, if Derek goes right now and then Lucas goes the next one, the group that is all the girls in us, I think the girls might start to work together.
Yeah, you're right. So we might have to be strong. It would be me, you, and Josh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Who would align.
We should start establishing that.
Yeah, a smaller group within the bigger group.
That's sure.
Derek begins to call out the groupthink dynamics of the house and how most of the decisions are made in large groups early on in the round. Meredith voices her frustration with this pattern and says that she's been having difficulty finding people at all to talk to. And she also voices that she doesn't really enjoy group conversations as much as one-on-one conversations.
And that's the thing, the way this game is playing out is playing to certain people's strengths that I'm not a big group person. I do better with small group connections, and one-on-one connections is probably my best way to make connections with people. And so for me, when we're only doing these big group conversations or a couple of larger groups, that is not a situation in which I am able to really connect with people and to thrive. I just don't do well in those kinds of social situations, and I'm just not that kind of person. And so for me, I don't know, it's hard to get that ball rolling early in the game when people are so afraid to break into small groups and they're like, oh, we're just gonna hide in the majority.
Right.
Abrielle tells Derek officially that he will be nominated for the week. However, she offers him an alliance because the two have played Survivor together before. Both of them made the finale together. Abrielle pretty much tells Derek to play dead, allowing him to float under the radar until he can start playing aggressively once again. Ali uses her position as veto holder to try to have one-on-one conversations with as many house guests as she can. She specifically pulls Meredith to the side and warns her that Lucas is seen as an aggressive player in the house. However, she does think that Meredith is the least targeted of the people who are in couples. Allie, Abrielle, and Tiffany meet up just before the nominations. Abrielle voices that Derek is a lone island in the house and easy to scoop up as an ally. The three agree that Lucas is probably the biggest threat to their larger alliance.
So who is think Lucas before Derek?
I'm thinking Lucas before Derek. Is that okay?
That's cool with me. I just think it'd be easier to get Derek out this round and then Lucas versus Meredith.
Well, what are people feeling?
I
feel like it seems like it's more Lucas than Derek.
a lot of people don't like Lucas.
That's what I'm saying.
Or not.
Meanwhile, Mackenzie warns Lucas that he's seen as an aggressive player in the house. Additionally, to prove her loyalty to Lucas, Mackenzie reveals that Allie and Abrielle are the two people with the blue rewinds. Abrielle has kept her rewind a secret so far, and only 3 people know about it, including Mackenzie. So this is a big reveal from Mackenzie. Lucas, feeling less secure after his conversation with Mackenzie, tries to make a 4-person alliance with Mackenzie, Josh, and Desh. Lucas pulled Desh to the side, and Mackenzie pulled Josh to the side. However, I don't think the two were aggressive enough in their pitch and didn't really make it clear what they were trying to form. Mackenzie joins the conversation with Allie, Abrielle, and Tiffany and strongly advocates for her ally Lucas. And she also reveals that she told Lucas about the blue rewind.
Oh girl, why'd you tell him?
Because he trusts me, and I was like, that's another number to put in, that's easy. Whereas Derek's a loose cannon that I can't trust.
But a loose cannon that doesn't know anything.
Right now.
Well, I'm kind of pissed off because I have a rewind that nobody knows about except for Mackenzie, Allie because she has the other one, and Josh because I'm pretty sure he saw me find it and I want to work with Josh. And Mackenzie told Lucas about it and I want Lucas to go home. And Allie and Mackenzie, who I'm very closely aligned with, want Lucas to stay and I want him gone. Anyway, I'm a little bit annoyed, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Smooth sailing.
Tiffany feels like she doesn't have a strong core alliance moving into the later phase of the game. She pulls Josh to the side and tells him that she's vibing with him. Keep in mind this is another strong alliance formed by Josh.
I am mostly loyal to, I would say, Dash, the gays. Dash, Oscar, Rita, Tiffany. I would say those 4 are who I'm really loyal to right now. I don't know, I feel like I've been hearing a lot of people say like, oh, you're good, like you're fine, like you have a really good social game, which is worrying for me, because I don't want to be a threat. I don't want to be a threat at all, so I'm kind of concerned about that. And I think going forward, my strategy is to kind of just be more low-key, because I think I've kind of just like been out there, just been myself almost too much, and I'm afraid that that's going to bite me in the butt, because I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anyone fully. I can trust people, but I don't fully trust them because I know things get said behind my back whenever I'm not in the room. I'm just hoping that I'll make it as far as possible. I don't mind putting strong people up for elimination, so if I am HOH, like, I'm sorry, but I really don't care. If they're not in my alliance, they're going to be up for elimination.
At the nomination ceremony, Abrielle nominates Derek and Lucas as planned. And because it was Fast Forward Week, the veto ceremony happened simultaneously with the nomination ceremony. Allie revealed that she did not want to play her veto, and Derek and Lucas were the final nominees.
There's a rift. Abrielle put up Derek and Lucas. I was personally thinking that we keep Lucas another round and then put him up next round, but I do get her concerns over that. But Mackenzie, whom we both trusted, who is the only other person in the house that knows about the double power of veto, or the power of veto that we both have, that Abby has it, told Lucas, who is not to be trusted, told Lucas about the power of veto that Abby has. And that is really concerning. I don't really trust Mackenzie that much anymore, and I don't really know what to do. I think I'm gonna save Lucas. It's in my best interest. I don't think that he's gonna put Abby up, and if he does, I think that Abby has the majority of the house, but This kind of backfired on us, and I really don't appreciate Mackenzie for that. I don't want to put her up. She's still somewhat of an ally, but I just don't trust her as much. So yeah.
Mackenzie was unhappy with the nominations and felt like she wasn't being listened to. She continued to advocate for Lucas in the vote, continuing to push for Derek to go home. Tiffany wanted to see an inner group form in the larger majority alliance. Whenever she approached Rita about forming a group, Rita said that she felt like it wasn't time yet to start having those conversations. Lucas started campaigning for himself, and he said that he was a more active player in the game than Derek, so people can expect more flexibility from him instead of outright chaos from Derek, making Lucas the stronger person to keep. Abrielle continued to stress the importance of voting out Lucas, because Lucas knew about the rewind and would be stronger in competitions than Derek. Additionally, Derek was an island in the game and was up for grabs for loyalty. If Abrielle followed through with her promise of keeping Derek through to the next week, Derek was more likely to be loyal to Abrielle moving forward. Tiffany voiced that she wanted to find an inner alliance in the larger group, and Abrielle and Allie committed to Tiffany as a strong ally.
I'm starting to kind of try to make some things happen because we need to start having alliances. So I have I have said that I have an alliance with Josh and with Allie. I made an alliance with Allie, even though I said I wasn't going to, because I think she's the most powerful player right now. Lots of people are listening to her. She's got a lot of power, so I'm making alliances with her because I think she's the most powerful.
Josh and Rita met and decided that they wanted to form an inner group of 6 within the larger majority alliance. They agreed to use the next round to form an alliance with Desh, Josh, Oscar, Rita, Tiffany, and Abrielle.
I wouldn't mind it being me, you, Desh, Oscar, Tiffany, Abby, top 6.
I think that's a
I
good
think that would
idea.
be a good top 6.
Let's maybe in the next opportunity we have, try to like at some point get everyone to the top room and just like quickly like be like, hey, like
Real brief.
how do you feel about this? And
Yeah.
I'll talk to them before we get there to be like, before bringing them to a room, to like kind of like touch base, but like, would you be down for this?
Yeah, because we can't get too many people in, because then
Without it being noticed, and
I
like
feel like 6 is like a good number. So
Agreed.
me, you, Desh, Oscar, and then Tiffany, Abby.
Yeah.
I think that's a good 6.
Yeah.
And if we
Derek advocated for himself as an open player who was open to new alliances. Additionally, he stressed that Lucas was a stronger, more intense player strategically, making Derek the stronger person to keep.
My biggest strength is people don't take me serious enough for an input, but I'm able to put doubt in people's heads. So I can say like, hey, this is happening. You might want to realize that you're 6, these people are 6, or hey, you're on the losing side here. I just want to let you know because I'm going back and forth and I have nothing to win. And since it looks like I have nothing to lose, people trust me a little bit more.
Ultimately, at the eviction ceremony, Lucas's work to try to form alliances on the side kept him over Derek, who had yet to make strong social moves in the game. And ultimately, Lucas and Meredith stay solidified as the final couple in the game. Derek and Liz are now out of the game, and the remaining couple, Meredith and Lucas, have stronger ties with the remaining cast. How will the majority alliance begin to restructure themselves moving into the next phase of the game? Find out next week on Luke's Big Brother 19.